Everyone, welcome to another video here on the channel. This is a game I was sent the other day by Raphael, I believe. It's a 4v4 game here on Mudflow. So Mudflow it's sort of like it's a bit different from like a normal map. It chooses like base maps and terrains, and then it sort of floods the center and creates these mud pits around the command center. It's pretty cool. So this one's like the Dead Swamp map. I can't remember. It probably begins with W or something like that, I think. And what it ended up generating as well is a lot of ore patches and nova, so this is a really fun map. It's not as excessive as RVA's ore load map, which is just mother load, but the centre's ore. But there are a lot of ore patches, so you could theoretically make a lot of defensive turrets, offensive turrets, fortresses, a lot of cool stuff you could do with it. And maybe see some of the units and gameplay that you wouldn't otherwise, because we're often saving the ore for late game for defensive anti-air structures and shield generators. And getting into the teams here, we've got Raphael himself here in the green Gungans. The other pocket on this team is going to be John here in the Rebel Alliance in the yellow. And the first wing is going to be Parappa here as the New Republic in the orange. And we've got Jort rounding things off as the other wing here in the Red Republic. And he's facing off against RVA here in the grey resistance. And the other side of the map, so the other wing will be Soup Juice here in the blue Galactic Empire, and then pocket number 1, Flag Cap Arnie, Teal Imperial Remnants. And last but not, well, sometimes least, Hunter here in the purple Trade Federation. So as I said, a lot of ore, and you've got this sort of swamp in the centre, which I do think like the tree cluster is a little bit excessive in the centre, because when you try to path units through it often, they just end up wanting to go round, and it kind of makes the map a little bit too T3 focused, I think. It would be nice if there were a bit more consistent paths through the centre, I feel, so that the game doesn't feel like this, particularly in 1v1, because it's deceptive, because you think you can go through the centre, but the path, I don't know, I feel like the clusters just spawn a little bit too much, too wide. Because you've also got these little bits of water as well, which are like deleting pathing. But the water does offer some shore fish and stuff that players can maybe get some food processors down and get a little bit of a food economic edge. But what they will find as well is that the carbon clusters that spawn on the outside of the map are quite small. There's a few that are together, which is kind of nice, but what it kind of encourages you to do is get into the center here as well with your economy, particularly your carbon. And there's some annoying beasts, these Dianoga things that are just waiting for you. And I don't know if there's any oh, there was nerfs, I guess. So I might see mounty troopers from people, since that is the prerequisite building the animal nursery for them to build mounted troopers, which are far and above the best early game unit, I think. Just because of their mobility. Got a decent health pool, very fast, and good against buildings as well, when there's often not units out to stop them killing the buildings. See, lots of flumps as well, for players to get that food going. And we might have to just classically just speed it up to get through the early game, just a little bit quicker. And we'll have a quick look for the old troop centres. There's one from RVA. And Jor is a little bit ahead of him here. But only a little bit. Because it's one worker versus two workers here building the troop centre. And in this matchup, I'd say Resistance has obviously got a bit of an early game edge, just because, one, the workers only move 10% quicker. And I think they repair about 25% quicker as well, so you can repair the workers while the Mounties attacking them or so. I might not even be, oh no, he's absolutely on them. Yeah, I think they're both good Mounties. It's a little bit of an awkward face, because I think there is a decent amount of food, so people can get up to T2 a little bit quicker than usual. George's just playing legit here. RV, on the other hand, trapping himself in T1, I think. He's probably having a little bit of a confused moment, because he is stuck in T1. George's T2. And 2 mounties from Jort heading his way. He does get his mounties on here to do some damage. He's probably going to have to make more mounties at home to defend himself, or he's going to make some trooper recruits. Check the other side of the map. Parappa here and Soup Juice. Looks like they're both not quite T2 and ready. Parappa is, but Soup on the other hand not. And it's hard to follow all this. So RV's still kind of getting a bit of pressure, surprisingly. Jort is T2, but these are just still trooper recruits. Trying to wall off his power core here as well. Dropping a turret, it seems a little bit excessive for how ahead he was. Because RVA, we can see, has just sort of started T2. So there's not really going to be much follow-up aggression, but he's going to run these over to the pocket just to be annoying, so into Raphael's base here. Now I've sort of built his buildings right up against the edge here, sort of hidden away. But he has a lot of workers exposed here on the Nova, on the food processor. Looks like he is shaping up for like double air base here. And he doesn't have basic training either, and he's probably on the way to T3 right now, so that's a little bit of a disaster. If RV is focusing a little bit, he gets that one as well. So it's a couple of workers actually going down. That's a bad time, not having the basic training. RV does hit T2 now though, and there's troops on the way to him. And we've got Soup Juice as well, he's going to be pressuring Parappa here. And Parappa doesn't seem to have any troopers out right now. Soup should get on top of him there. And Jort's still sneaking around to try and find an angle into RVA's base. So, with the way that the tree clusters are, you kind of end up maybe going to see like 2 different carbon processors. However, you've got all this extra ore on the map, so you should lean into the ore, right? And make defensive turrets. That way you can cover how open the map makes your bases. Not have to worry too much about troopers getting in and do some damage. There's a bit of a counter-attack here from Parappa, so he did sneak some troopers over and he's going to kill quite a few workers here from Soup because he's not been really making troopers, it would seem. Doesn't have them on hand to defend himself because it wasn't a lot of troopers, but they've killed quite a few workers, even with having basic training. You see RVA's got a defensive turret here, which is going to help out. These troopers not getting much here, but only a couple of trooper recruits to kind of get rid of them. But the turret has actually done quite good. I went double turret there. And you can see he's on the ore as well, which is great. A few heals there from Jort. Looks like the fighters are out here. I think Raphael maybe got slowed down a little bit on his side here by RV's mighty pressure. But he will get that second air base up now. So we've got a turret up here, it covers carbon. Don't know if he maybe built that during the mounty troubles. Because it would be a little bit of a disaster if they went up there and they're all 40 HP with no armour. And Arnie pretty quick to get his air out here. Got some good pressure. 4 fighters now here at the base of Parappa. And John on the way with his fighters. He's got 3. I don't know if he maybe got supply blocked or what. Where's that 4th fighter? And he's going to try and take the trade here, but Arnie is watching. He's keeping an eye on him. And he's going to pull his 4 fighters, so he does have an advantage here if he takes a trade. But he's going to opt to back out a little bit here. And Arnie's been rallying at home, just in case. Because I think at that point he doesn't know where John's fighters are. And I experienced this myself. You send a couple out and then you kind of think, well, don't really have turrets for everywhere, so kind of rally the other ones at home. Until you exactly know where your opposing pockets fighters are. But he's going to take advantage of the fact that, you know, there was a few down there and he had more. He's going to go straight into John's base here and get quite a few worker kills. And John does have some fighters on hand, but these 2 are bugging out a little bit. And we had 5 over here defending Parappa. And we can see Parappa has not built any anti-air turrets, so this is classic sort of your wing kind of sort of dragging you down when you're pocket. You should have anti-air turrets here and you shouldn't rely on his pocket to defend them. Because even if John, like, this is going to create a very volatile situation. You can see how much air is coming over the way here from Arnie. I got the pressure from Soup Juice as well. If they lose the trade, Parappa could die. Because there's no like anti-air troopers to hide in the turrets and help out the fighters here. And John's gonna like have to pick the perfect moment to take a trade here and hope that the fighters are too busy shooting the workers, but he's spending a lot of time waiting for that. A lot of workers are going down here. Let's get a trade here. Fortunately, Arnie's not looking. If Arnie micros there, could lose all of that, and then Parappa's completely dead. So, lucky break there, I think, for John and Parappa, even though he has lost a lot of workers. Even got some anti-air troopers being offensive here for Soup Juice, but it's probably a little bit too bold here, and it's going to make things difficult for himself now to defend if John starts pressuring him with the air. Which he should really do after taking a trade there with Arnie. It's a good way for him to put pressure onto Arnie. You can see a lot of air now flying all the way over to RV here. And there's a lot of air out here for Hunter as well. And Raphael looks like he's been very cautious with his fighters at the moment. Don't know if there was any raids because we're focused on the other side just now, but they're going to take a trade here and pretty even. Very, oh, okay. It's pretty even. 1 HP fighter there. And plenty of anti-air troopers here for Jort, so he's not going to be troubled even though his pocket's air is gone. And we see John trying to get into position to attack Arnie, I would believe. Arnie's fighters are actually chasing his scout, where he could go and take a trade here. It's a very good opportunity. He could wipe these. Arnie is paying attention. Does lose one fighter though. And Arnie just booming away here. A lot of anti-air turrets. An excessive amount, to be honest. But, as I said, plenty of ore on the map, so why not? You're not really going to feel the effects of it. And it will free him up to move all his fighters out and be aggressive. You can see his pocket hitting the other pocket now. Getting a little bit of that cross map in. And as pretty much his tradition, gets punished for it. Loses his fighters here. So any lead that John had built up to that point is kind of just deleted now. Which is unfortunate for him there. And Arnie got a lot of fighters now and he's going to be moving out across the map. And he gets rid of that scout that was tormenting him earlier. I think everyone's made their way to T3 except Soup Juice. What's Soup Juice up to? Maybe being a little bit too aggressive in T2. Hopefully on his way now, because he's a spaceport. Now he needs a second building, the mech factory. And Arnie going to be continuing the cross mapping here. Going on to Raphael's command centers here. So he's trying to get into the center, grab up that carbon. So he's doing a little bit of the command center crawl. And some strike mechs now from Jort, putting the pressure onto RV, going to catch these anti-air troopers. And hit this command center that he's building in the center to try and grab up all of those resources. It does have the mech destroyer out now. Jort leaning into the strikes as Republic here though, he's got the upgrades. So he's got a little bit more DPS than you might be used to for Republic raiding you with strikes. Looks like Arnie been pressuring in here, trying to get some damage. Soup being really annoying with these mounties going at the turret and ignoring its minimum range rule. John building an anti-air turret here for his wing. Something you can absolutely do here on this map and not feel bad about it. All that ore. I think what I would really like to see from players as well is lean into advanced turrets and build their forward bases a little bit like we would do in the front line when you had infinite resources. So the turrets are actually quite good when you've got all the upgrades for them against a myriad of units, but particularly like things like Jedi and stuff, they really help out. And Arnie not reacting here as Soup loses all of his workers here. It's a bit of a shame. So you're trying to get some turrets down. I think Arnie is going to try and do the same thing there with the scout there, but he has a lot more than John, but I don't think John knows that at this point, and John's getting pretty bold. Going into Soup's base a little bit more now. Parappa's got his own air as well, and Soup is just having a horrible time of it. He needs to get more turrets, I would say. As we said, plenty of ore, so feel free. This is the one map that I think you can do it. But otherwise, in general, I think you should be a little bit restrictive with your anti-air turret building. RVA, even on a map full of ore, is going to be cutting corners here and getting the anti-air batteries. He has a dream of 10,000 shield generators. I can sense it. To be fair though, these things are pretty damn good. I don't know if it's research tracking that makes them so ridiculously accurate, but they're pretty damn good against the old T3 fighters. But he's got his own air as well, so he's going to be super prepared for any air coming his way. We can see Jort trying to grab up a bit of pressure here. He's on the top of the hill. Could have probably been a little bit more ambitious with this fortress, I feel, and pressured these Novas. And RVA might be crafty here and try and get his own fortress up. And quite a good spot to protect them. And this is what I mean, if this was a bit more ambitious, this couldn't happen. But he is managing to hit a couple of these workers, and I don't know if that's because of the elevation here, just applying and deceiving us with the range, but RVA not paying attention here with his fighters. We've got the anti-air troopers as well, so it looks like that fortress is not going to go up, and a lot of workers dying here. In lieu of that. And we got Arnie on the way to T4, hits T4 now, and he's dropping the forward here in Soup Juice's base. And Soup, honestly, should probably just boom or something. He should just throw down some command centers and let Arnie fight just now, because he's so behind and he needs to catch up, rather than making any like strike mechs and trying to be annoying with like 2 strike mechs. Give up on it. Be much better if these are just command centers and he just booms, and then he can help Arnie out later when he's got a much better economy. Arnie being Imperial Remnant as well is going to be very strong on the ground here with those broken mech destroyers. And RV did not get this fortress up. The anti-air troopers being annoying as well. And he's going for it again, even though there's many dead resistant, I don't know what they're called, BB-8 or something like that. Many dead roly boys there littered around the fortress. Now we've got 3 supervisors here on this farm. Watching this guy do all the work. And you're grabbing up holocrons. As Republic, you'll get that extra holo generation bonus. Nova generated. And I only got the 3 mech factories pumping out the MDs here. I would like to see more people on ore though, and just grabbing up more of the map with forts and turrets and things like that. Maybe happen as people get used to it. I've got the heavy strike mechs here from Raphael. And as I said, it's quite an open map. We've not really seen much people making the like medium turrets or anything, which should be really strong against this. So it'll be another great moment for defensive turrets. And he's splitting his heavy strike mechs up, putting pressure at multiple locations. Hunter hitting T4 now. His own strike mechs, don't know if he's planning the same thing here. Both great civs for it. The anti-air battery can't look down. Can't help out here. What you're going to need for this is a little standing army of mech destroyers and research tracking, so that every hit that's fired, or every shot that's fired, counts. And then you should be able to kill the very mobile strike mechs. And your own strike mech's not really the best defense here. It's just focusing down the workers. Mech destroyer does come in though. Mech destroyer very helpful. And Arnie getting online here. Got a few MDs out. Maybe been doing some eco upgrades, getting his turrets upgraded and stuff as he hit T4. And now he should be good to go to just pump out units. And more strike mechs running in here from Raphael. And not quite enough mech destroyers for this. But Hunter does show up and start helping now. And on the other side, they're trying to put up a bit of defense, but again, they just, well, one, they're nowhere near as boomed as Arnie is here on this side. And two, Imperial Remnant Heavy Mech Destroyer. Purple Beam. Purple Beam very strong. And the cannon's sitting here in the shield, and they're going to take down these two fortresses, and this is going to feel really bad for Parappa. But not as bad as it normally would, as again, lots of ore on the map, but still, big investment here. 1,000 ore. Still got to mine it to get it back. And it feels like there's not really anything to stop these units. John's got some interceptors, which not really going to help much against this army. Going for the cannons, but not that crazy. Could just repair it, to be honest, against that DPS. The strike mech wars have begun. Heavy strike mech versus heavy strike mech, but we do have the extra +1 damage here, and I think there's a little bit more for Raphael here as well, so should win that fight. Hunter is going to pull out smartly, because if he sits there, it will snowball. The bomber is going to be really helpful though, to push these units away. But then we got some fast fighters showing up here from Jort here on the Republic. RP is T4. I don't really see any air from him though. There's a couple of MDs in here though, being sneaky. The advanced fighters should really help with the DPS as well though. We've got some Jedi running in, which could convert the mech destroyers. And Ari's still marching through on this side. Really not much here. John telling his wing to just build his eco backward. We got Rebel Alliance here. MDs are probably not MDs, Mounties are probably the best bet, but this mech destroyer count's getting to the point where Mounties can't engage it because the splash damage is going to be too much. Hunter RVA struggling here. And I'm struggling to keep up with everything. As you can see, Arnie's going to run into the eco now, since he's pretty much just unopposed. Just needs to get a few more anti-air mobiles with the army. But the turret's going forward as well, keep the cannons safe. And John just has support units here, but there's not really anything to support. They're both a very similar civ, not very ground focused civ. Although to be fair, New Republic has everything in the game, so they could put out like full HP MDs against this. And Hunter's army's been pretty much wiped here, as Raphael starts putting in the artillery now, which is going to go well with the strike mechs here. Gungan artillery is quite good. Throw in those energy balls here into RVA's base. Not sure what RVA's up to at the moment. Trying to boom backwards a little bit. And sideways as well. Just has some fighters here to try and deal with Jorts, but the Jedi are a big problem. And he's resistant, so he can't make Jedi. Can only really build air cruisers, artillery, and air, really. And mechs. No Mounties here. I don't know if he wiped the MDs or what. Where did they go? They must have. I must have missed it. Not sure how he managed that. Looks like he must have just gotten a big surround here with the Mounties and caught them. So I do see some corpses. So I think in order of Mounties that can actually deal with them, it's like Wookiees being the best, Rebels probably second best, and then probably Geonosians. And then everything else is average. There's a few more strike mechs in here now as well. I still think the Mounties might take this though, especially with the speeders helping out here, killing the strike mechs. I don't think there's enough here for Arnie. He's overextended a little bit. And right up against the wall here as well. The Mounty's going to just get on top of everything. That's a really good trade here for John. And gives him a bit more breathing room. Parappa can try and boom back a little bit. I think Parappa needs to maybe just get some, like, yeah, he needs to get like a standing army of mech destroyers out. Is the tech for it. The other side of things is looking a bit dicey here. Because Hunter doesn't have much of a standing army here at the moment. What he's had has sort of been killed off here by the advancing forces. And RV's just got a bit of air. The Jedi are a huge problem for them to deal with on this side, and Arnie's actually going to have to help out. He's making some mech factories. Try and relieve some of that pressure. But it's going to give this side a lot more breathing room here. They got some spaceports down. They need to get the trade online for sure, so they can build the units that they want. Arnie is a very good Jedi Civ though, so he could get those out. But what's going to be a bit difficult here is because he has to come over and help this side, he can't put as much pressure on this side as he would like. And they're almost losing a win condition in that sense, because this side's going to get so much time to bounce back, and then it's going to be even more difficult for Arnie to deal with them. You have to rely on Soup Juice really getting things together and getting an army to go and help him. You know, a lot of things being converted here by Jort's Jedi. And they're going to feel very helpless on this side without their own Jedi. If anything, it'd be better if these were just temples from Arnie. And they're trying to hold here, but there's a lot of artillery and they have a huge arc here, so pretty much every single one of them is getting to fire on whatever target they're focused on. And the Jedi slipping into the back here, being annoying. Got that Jedi mind trick which makes them go invisible. See, Arnie's been trying to do some raids as well, but with rebels they've got the speeders here, which are doing a very good job hunting down the units. The Jedi count's getting bigger, and the Fambas are out now as well, and a great map for Fambas having all that over. You can spam them to your heart's content. And this side is just really, really, really in need of some Jedi. A few bounty hunters going to catch these masters who've gotten a bit too bold. Raphael very fearful of the few IRMDs there, just calling for them to be converted. And they're kind of just going to sit here at the edge of Parappa's base. And Soup looks a little bit lost what he's doing. Just some anti-airmobiles, and Eco's looking a lot better, but he kind of needs a bit more. He's not really a late game boom jet. Does hit T4 now. And the Famba here are going to tank shots and grant a shield, cannons, the artillery, everything's going to go down very quick. Not too sure what RV is going to get unit-wise here. He's just a very similar Civ to the Republic here, except he just doesn't have Jedi, so... But he could have his own artillery, I suppose. Personally, here it's probably just going to be interceptors and air cruisers, as terrible as they are. It's probably the way he wants to play here. Trying to get the AC out here. Lots of ore as well, he could get a lot of fortresses for production. It's whether or not he's going to have enough Nova and food to support the demand that you want to put out of air cruisers. A very interesting forward here. Built up against this fortress, some Mounties pumping out here. Gonna get some power cores and be annoying, probably. But we do have Arnie pressuring now, getting a little bit further in. Gonna get this fortress up, and he's gonna knock them off this Nova ore, which could be important to them at some point in the game here, because there's a lot of resources here. And he does sort of have a window into their economies from this point as well. Oh yeah, the attacker. Can we keep forgetting the attackers exist as attackers are the way to go. That unit's broken. And they got a good amount of forces here, but I think what they need is some grenadiers from Jort here to help out with these IR MDs. And they need to get some static defense as well. Tons of ore on the map, there's not really any excuse for not having any shields and turrets. And I don't just want to see advanced turrets, I want to see, or advanced anti-air turrets, I want to see advanced turrets as well. I think it'd be really strong here and help out with these mech destroyers. Because they've gotten quite deep in RV's base here, they don't want to lose this this place. And Jort as well, he could go for attackers too as well, to help against these MDs. A lot of Jedi are going to come forward and convert, but a lot of bounty hunters here from Hunter and RV. Get a flank here, killing quite a few of the masters. And I think a little bit of a struggle here for Ram is it's awkward, right, to get, because of the way that this interacts with the Senate. There's a lot less places to put military infrastructure, so it's not like a lot of a forward here, which you could definitely probably sustain a lot of military buildings at this point. And of course, Jort doesn't have too much ground forces either. So with the shields and the attrition here facing these IRMDs and the ACs coming down as well, we're going to get some good shots here. And Arnie is kind of quite well set up with Imperial Remnant being so mental with these purple laser beams that he could, you know, fight on both sides quite comfortably here. But I do think he would be well served to get the Masters out as well. And the Mounties are getting on top here. And they got a bit of a crazy surround here. Even Raphael joining in on this side. They're trying to remove him from this spot. Raphael maybe needs to come a little bit further forward and get some shots off on these MDs while they're struggling with the Mounties. There's not really a lot of valuable units to convert here with the Jedi. The Jedi are just not doing too good. I think they need the Grenadiers for sure. Get them in the shield generator, double the health, and they can really put some good DPS out on these mechs. Assault mechs too would be good. But I think Grenadiers are the best way to go. Because you might actually force them into building Jedi. Oh, Soup Juice has got the Masters out. A couple of assault mechs as well. And he's now sort of online. He's going to throw these heavy strike mechs into the eco as well. There should be some speeders somewhere though. And crap, I got those New Republic units out here. But I think Parappa will need to be the one getting on the Jedi here on this side. Being New Republic, because the Rebels can't convert Jedi. As much as I kind of wish they could. Especially now with all these other civs, it feels a little bit bad. Some good AC shots here, and they are starting to really advance on this side. At this point, I think Raphael and Jort need to regroup, get a stronger position together, and then take a new fight with these guys, because they've lost this area really. And Arnie almost sort of lost this side, but you still got a shield generator to fall back to. And I think with a few more reinforcements he should hold strong for a little bit here. Because it's not a huge amount of threat, there's not a huge Mountie count. He does lose the shield generator unfortunately. But I don't think there's enough Mounties to engage this army. They're doing okay. Surprisingly. Maybe needs to put a few strike mechs in as well. Just to get those extra little shots when they're on low health. One tap them. And this side now. Forward shield generator from Hunter here. I don't know about the centre of the map. See, it feels like nobody can go through the centre, right? because of the pathing and stuff, so it's almost passive aggressive in the centre, but they're all just... I like the turrets, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. Get the advanced turrets and upgrade them. They really help protect the eco from any strike mech raids and stuff, and grab up some of this land. But I would like to see them here as well. You know, consider if you put turrets with this army, how do you kill it? Too strong. Because they do really well against the Mounties as well, I think. AC count getting high. We're going to need a lot of interceptors to come in. RV's got his own though. Try and protect them. And he's going to start hitting attack ground just a little bit outside of the turret. That looks like he missed. He's out of practice. He used to be very good at that. You're going to use your interceptors, boy. Loses one of the ACs. But he should be feeling emboldened to push again with those. Arnie just doesn't even want to make strike mechs, he just wants to make MDs. They're not doing horrible, but I think, as I said, a few would help. When these get really low, you see, they're still doing a lot of damage, but if there's a strike mechs there just to like one-tap them, then you'll save a lot more MDs. I'd like to see the Shadow Troopers as well, maybe. That'd be quite good. I guess the trade up. Do some raiding with the Shadow Troopers. And the attack ground from the air cruisers, putting all that damage, and some Mounties running in here, and the Mounties are a little bit of a problem. There are strike mechs though in the back here, for Anjorti does bring them forward. And this poor Famba shielding within the shield. Oh, the Masters. I'm going to convert some units here. Need to get these IRMDs though, as they're putting way too much DPS out with their piercing shots. Rappa saying he's got no resources because he's not in the centre, you see. He needs to find a spot in the centre. I'm going to struggle to hold this side now. Oh, the transport mechs. They're pretty good at frontline. I kind of like them. Need to use them a bit more. And I get attack ground, see, if you hit the ground here in the center, the radius will still hit the anti-air turret, and that way you can outrange the anti-air turret. Even though it's got 2 more range than a air cruiser. An AC from Jort here. Could see RV just kill that though. At least got a little bit of that passive aggressive push going on in the centre here from Arnie. Got the cannon out. And the fortress down. And with Soup online now, this side is going to feel pretty bad. Particularly with Parappa not having any resources right now. Looks like he has some traders and stuff, but again, he's not in the centre, so he's not going to get any carbon. And, you know, a lot of his resources were taken away from him with the bush. Because no Van Ore. And he was pushed into the corner where there isn't really as much res. So he's burned out now at this point. And it's kind of just John on that side now. Oh, some good AC shots there. Almost went into full Sean Connery there. Killing off a few of those workers. RV does come forward with his interceptors though, and he's going to kill off the air cruisers. Does lose a lot of his interceptors there though, but quite a few turrets here, so you shouldn't have to worry about the interceptors coming in killing his air cruisers. Mounties coming in here, getting some good damage while there's not really any anti-Mountie stuff here, and they're going to just basically blow up all the artillery because they've got such good damage against them. See how quickly they go down here. The Master's trying to convert some stuff. I think it really needed some attackers from Jort here on this side. It's like full air play with a couple of Jedi and maybe some Grenadiers in as well, just to help out. Very annoying turret there. Super passive aggressive on this side. It's the cannon wars. Cannon turret wars here in the economy. A few of these shots missing. Not very accurate. There it goes. 3v1. And Ras saying they need help over here. I don't think it's looking good. They kind of need help on both sides. The IRMDs are holding strong on both sides of the map. Arnie's done really well to sort of play both sides and make sure he didn't lose too much of what he gained on this side, so that Soup could get back in, because now Soup's going to be super annoying with all the units he can put out. Though at the moment it doesn't look like he's got much. What happened? He's got a few Masters. He needs to get them into their base and start converting things. That'll really tilt them. Get onto the spaceports. Go and convert every single spaceport and that'll be it. This is down in like Fort Knox here on this elevated hill. All these anti-air turrets, power cores, shield generators, the IRMDs, the bounty hunters, the air cruisers. It does mean that they're not going to advance very quickly on this side though, so it is giving a bit of breathing room really. And those cannons in the centre, killing off the carbon processors now. That's a good way to deal with things. You're going to make some forward turrets as well. So they can hold this side strong, but the other side. Soup against trying to get this army together. Gonna convert things here. Steal all the artillery. And that's pretty bad for Parappa, who doesn't really have any resources anyway. He used to try and get some of his workers in the centre, but they mined out a lot in the centre. This map does run out of carbon, I suppose. It's only about an hour and a half in as well. Not seen anyone put any units through the centre yet. I suppose there's a lot of turrets though. There we got some Mounties here. Really annoying here. Some cannons from RBA. It's just everyone's just trying to kill carbon processors in the centre. Cannons and turrets kill the carbon processors. It's a very low investment but super effective way to mess with everyone's economy. We got some attackers coming over this side. I don't know if I like this, because this side is just like, it's not really a win condition for either team at the moment. But this side is absolutely a win condition here. They're trying to play through the centre a little bit as well, kill off the ecos, but I do worry for them here because you've got Arnie and, you know, Soup Chase has got some units here being annoying. John trying to wall everything out here. But there is a hole. Rappa does close it off. Oh! It's a shocker of micro here from Soup. To lose an entire control group like that is just really poor. Especially with carbon starting to become scarce on this map. Now we've got the Shadow Troopers now. Killing off a lot of workers here. The Interceptors doing a little bit of that, not a lot though. I still, yeah, these things probably need to just hit air. So I'll RV8 to get that working. And more strike mechs running in here. The turret's doing really well though. Push them away. Let's have research tracking. Nobody's really greased the trade of each other though. That's the real big move. I think that's what Soup could have really done with his masters, is just run in here, convert all these spaceports and delete them. That would have been huge for his team. And not sure about this trade into like 60 turrets. I know attackers are good, but come on. Oh. Jark going for the spaceports here. So they got really one Jedi though. Matching spaceports. Brothers in arms, the IR and GE here. Oh, he's got some more masters now though. These seem to be the two that everyone's using as well. So it'll be quite disruptive if he deletes them. They're making gains on this side. A lot of air cruisers for Jort now. Quite a few for RV8. A few workers going down here to Soup's raids. Arnie losing a lot of his forces here. Still got his infrastructure up though, he's rallying in some strikes. What's Arnie up to? They just Shadow Troopers at the moment. Quite a few workers as well. A few bounty hunters down here. But it doesn't really have much mech destroyers anyway. He's running out of carbon though, that's the problem. Because he's put a lot of carbon into mechs over the course of the game. That's maybe why he's gone into the Shadow Troopers here. Since it'll be like Food and Nova. And yeah, this is not a good time to be losing the spaceports either for Arnie here. That's really messing with his economy. And that's definitely giving them a bit of an edge here, particularly on this right hand side. Maybe they can get something done here. As you can see, Parappa's getting the artillery out here. And Zip just doesn't, he just has masters here and he's going to convert these. But if he could do the same thing to their trade, that would be really helpful. Because they're now starting to push on this side here. Hunter's just really not having a good time. I don't know what's happened to him, but 88 workers, lost too many in the center maybe. Playing Empire Trade Federation, can't go assault mechs. Probably needed to have artillery. Need to have AA mobiles as well, maybe. Put some pressure on these air cruisers. But he doesn't have any carbon either, and I think it's kind of just going to be carbon that's going to do this team in here. Oh my god. That was too bold from RVA. Look how many projectiles are coming his way, and then the interceptors as well. Then he needs to be careful now because, you know, Jerk could come round and go for his air cruisers. Aren't they trying to push again on this side? Oh my god. Do it. Think of the memes from the shot here. From the piercing project. No! No! Come back! I wanted to see you all die at the same time. Why? Oh, the Mounties getting decent trade here, but the assault mates are coming out now. Because there's not really masters on this side. Trying to convert Mounties? I don't know. There's an assault mech here, but that's just going to get absolutely... Well, no, it's dead before it can get swiped. And Soup again. I don't like how Soup's played here with the strike mechs. I think it's kind of wasteful. I think he should have just gotten some mech destroyers together and had a good, you know, like standing army to help Arnie out, so Arnie would be free to go to the other side if he wanted to. Shadow Trooper's going to do really well here, I think. All these troopers. Like the MDs would do a lot better than the strike mechs against these artillery and stuff. And some assault mechs would have been good as well. Kill off the artillery. Ugh. The dream's not dead. Where's the MDs? The other side of things, again, it's like nothing ever happens here. It's just forever fight. Killed a few of the static defense though. And through the center getting more and more open as all the carbon goes away, and now you can just see the turrets and the carbon processors that are left. It's a remnant memory of what once was a beautiful swamp forest. And Hunter, a person who does not have carbon, throwing strike mechs out here desperately trying to get some damage against rebel speeders. Which is F's in the chat for Hunter's carbon. And the cracks are starting to show on this side because there's just not much ground forces now to deal with Jedi coming forward. It's kind of just ACs and interceptors. Do have their trade back online. There's a lot of bounty hunters just waiting for any Jedi to show up here. Soup does have quite a large amount of masters here, but they need to get in here, kill off the spaceports. And I try to just hold here and be cost effective, I think. This new carbon recession. Arnie has been a bit ethical though, not getting the masters out. Just kind of what he could be going for now. Only going to abuse 2 out of the 3 Imba things about Imperial Remnant. The Mech Destroyer and the Shadow Trooper. Never 3. Can't get the Masters out as well. Yeah, it's difficult to even know what's going on here. Could be some great AC shots if it was on the ball here. Kill off those Masters. Has there been any sentry posts out of them? I don't think there has. Kind of needed for seeing the Masters. And AC's going to try and take a couple shots here. Oof, a lot of MDs going down there. I think someone like Jort's probably actually got quite a lot of carbon because he's not really used it over the course of the game. Which you should probably give it to Raphael, who is just absolutely starved of carbon. 150 population at the moment. This is not like a good point in the game for Gungans. Gungans really feel bad now. Particularly when there's like Jedi and stuff. Like all he can do is really make assault mechs, and he just has to hope that there's not going to be some masters on this side, which he's lucky that there hasn't been really, because they could be confiscated. It's either that or ACs. So many masters here from Soup. What's he up to? Did he get the spaceports? He hasn't gone for the spaceports. I need to put out this spaceport conversion guide. Just do it. Convert them. Convert and delete. And they got a lot more DPS on this side now with the assault mech, so the static defense is absolutely melting. And they got the forward Famba, can grant a shield to these assault mechs. And the Masters are going to start converting things as well. And oddly enough, this is going to be the side where it looks like there's a win condition now. As Arnie Soup still holding on this side. No, more wasted carbon. Why? And the Grenadiers doing pretty well here. The Shadow Troopers have come for them. The turret being pretty good though. Decent bit of DPS there helping out. And Soup's here just trying to convert all the air very slowly. AC, and John trying to double layer his wall here on this side. Just need a couple of cannons to knock it down. Run the Masters in. It's not like in the shield wall yet. And Hunter sending out the last of his economy. The workers to the front, the pit droid guys. There's some powerful mounties. I swear that was just friendly fire though that was killing those really. Either that or Hunter's got some hacks. Yeah, kind of just need to get to the trade. So many Masters here for Soup. Got a new defense position. Arnie's just having to do way too much here. The only person probably maxed, I think. Arnie is. So not quite. Parappa definitely not. Short, no. Raph, no. Hunter, absolutely not. Soup, no. Some okay shots there. Get them to half health, but not quite killing them off. And the attackers are not going to do too bad here. Could get some more turrets though. Gren's getting that good damage in. And everyone's just been a bit wary and slow now because there's just, you know, not really the resources to remax their armies if they're wasteful. I think oh my god, he's got so many Masters and he's just not using them. The pummel. No, cannons. Nobody could touch your cannons. Cannons kill walls really quickly. Not pummel. Also, you can just walk up and like convert all these things. Oh, the AC going down is going to be huge as well, because then he can't like attack down the entire stack. What on earth is it? I don't think I've ever seen them before. The Gungan Interceptor. Like a stingray. Even the assault mechs could be hitting the wall as well. Come on, soup. Is Arnie going to do it? Is Arnie going to create a hole in the wall? Arnie surely knows how. Did Hunter not trade? Is that what's happened to him? He's got some merchants. Where are they? There they are. They're having a nap. Jort's still Richie McRich here. Okay, the cannon. Someone has a cannon. Kill wall. Send the masters in. Oh, when the masters go marching in. Oh no, Jort's on this side now. I dread to think what could happen. Just steals all of Soup's Jedi. RV taking a turret away from them. Oh no. Don't do it. It's not worth it. You don't have anything behind it. Are you going for it? Good luck. Maybe the ACs will help. Because the Interceptor's going to do way more damage than they should do. Oh, conversions though. Where did Soup come from? He's doing something with his masters. It's chaos. Conversions have really changed it. Oh, the AC's coming forward as well. Oh, the Interceptors though. Oh, he's been too bold, I think. RV over patrolling. He's going to save them though. I can go for his now. Oh, maybe not. Oh, you could if you go here. Ignore a lot of them. Are we getting in? The wall's down. Go take the spaceports away from them, please. Let me do something else with my life right now. I've been here too long. Oh, the Gungan Interceptors. The Stingrays are at it. Oh, the Master's coming in now, being annoying. A lot of Gren's walking up here. Not getting much shots though. Why won't anyone tell them to just do it? Take the spaceports away. Soup, please. There's nothing to stop them either. Oh, the Shadow Troopers. Oh, that's going to be hell for them. Very good unit. That Master trying to hide from him. Comes back out and dies. It's gonna feel bad for Rafa being on Gungans. I've been in this situation, like hyper late game, no carbon with Gungans before, and it doesn't feel good. Not a scenario you want to be playing Gungans in. Though he's lucky to even have assault mechs. Generous letting him have assault max. With all these masters running around. What was being stolen there? Masters maybe. Right, Soup's in here with his masters. You need to be careful though. Not to lose them to Jort's masters. But he needs to take the spaceports. They try to wall. Don't let them wall. Soup, what are you doing? What are you paying attention to? Win condition, spaceport. Infinite Nova source. The other side, yeah, it's still no man's land. The trenches here. The Mudflow trenches. Shadow Troopers are still causing absolute mayhem. Maybe Arnie can go and just kill the spaceports legitly with the Shadow Troopers. Got the anti-air mobiles here that are starting to snipe cargo freighters that can't really be replaced. Like all the traders dying is really bad. Since there's not really any carbon, you'd have to buy carbon to then make more traders. How's the center looking? Barren. Just turrets everywhere. Nobody cares too much. There's not really anything to harass other than the trade anyway. Trade in trouble. Oh my god, is he finally? No. Oh, yes! 1 out of 5. And Arnie getting the fortresses down here. Make more Shadow Troopers. And I think that's gonna be it. There's nothing they can do here on this side really. It's all very even. Two out of 5. We get 3 out of 5. Trade is down. And some good AC shots here, killing off Jort's mech destroyers. And they're discussing whether they should quit. And I think they should, because it's pretty much it's over now. One team made it to the trade, the other didn't. It's often how it goes in the hyper late game. So GG, well played to everyone involved, and I hope you've all enjoyed that. If you want to see more from the channel, please consider liking the video. It helps the channel grow. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from me. And if you want to get involved in the games that we play on Voobly, which is sort of like the MSN Gaming Zone. We have a GBG Discord, which you'll find an invite link down below in the description, and you'll find one for Expanding Fronts as well, which is the mod that we're playing here. And there's a PayPal link if you want to help the channel out in another way, maybe buy me a coffee. Thank you for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye-bye.